Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Radical Disruption. I'm so glad that you're here. And this episode it holds a very special place in my heart because Kajabi holds a very special place in my heart. And if you haven't listened to last week's episode, go listen to that because this is kind of building off of last week. So I talked about the Kajabi Partner Retreat, but I really wanted to give you like an inside look at how Kajabi actually helps me to make more money in my business and how it can help you to make more money in your business in 2025 as well. So for a little context, I've been using Kajabi for, almost 3.5 years now. I believe I started in November of 2021. So I've been on it for a long time. I've been on the platform for a long time, and I just checked before I hopped on this. I was about to say call, but it's not really a call. It's just me versus me. Me versus me. And it is also me versus me. But this one-on-one coaching call with myself. No, this podcast episode, I checked to see how much money I had made on Kajabi. And I just barely passed the 2.1 million mark on the platform. I have sold over 25 different offers on Kajabi. So I love Kajabi. It has been a vital platform and tool for helping me to build my business and also scale my business. I have also tested a lot of other platforms, and I think it's important to know that I was actually on Gumroad and Teachable before I ever came on to Kajabi. So it wasn't just like this blind, like, oh, I absolutely love Kajabi. It's the best. And I don't even know what other platforms out there are offering because whenever I find a new platform that pops up and people are like, oh, this is the next best platform, like usually what I'll go do is not just go do the free trial, but I'll actually pay for that platform and go poke around and see what's going on in there. And so I've tried other platforms. Like I've literally built my business. Well, not built my business. I sold some offers on Gumroad. I sold some offers on Teachable. On Teachable, I think I did $50,000 in revenue on Teachable. So I was there for quite some time. And like I said, I was testing other platforms. And Kajabi, it just remains my number one. It's the best. You just can't compete with Kajabi. So for many reasons, but especially for the people behind Kajabi and the people at Kajabi are truly the best that I've ever met. They're the kindest, the most loving. You will never find people who are more invested in you and your business and your success than the people who are behind Kajabi and the people that are at Kajabi, the users and the partners. They're so freely giving and they're just going to go out of their way to support you. And it's truly unlike anything I've ever seen at any other company. I've been an affiliate at many, many companies. And I've also obviously am subscribed to many, many other companies and their platforms and tools and everything like that. And nothing compares to Kajabi. But enough about that. Enough a little love note to Kajabi. Let's talk about how you can use Kajabi to make more money in 2025. And if you're not using Kajabi yet, the link is down in the show notes. You can get a 30-day free trial plus 2 bonuses with my link down there. But I'm also not trying to convert you. You can also use these tips off of Kajabi, but of course, Kajabi is the best. So go get signed up. Okay. All that being said, number one is memberships. Now, I know what you're thinking. You can build memberships on any platform. And you're right. Most platforms you can, but no one does it like Kajabi. And their membership feature is actually, this is legit. It is the number one reason why I left Teachable for Kajabi. I was building my course in Teachable and I had sold my course too. And I think I had a couple hundred students in Teachable with that course. And I decided I wanted to build a membership. And so I started to poke around in Teachable to see how I could build that membership in there. And I was having to jump through loops and trying to, I guess, fix the vision that I had for my membership. So instead of me being able to say, this is the vision that I have, yes, this platform is able to implement that vision. I had to basically downplay my vision for what I wanted for the membership to be able to build it on Teachable. And I'm not speaking bad on Teachable whatsoever. It just didn't have the capabilities and functions that I needed for the vision that I had for my membership. And so that's when I started going out and looking at the other platforms. And I was like, where can I build the membership that I want to build without having to jump through all these hoops and loops and integrations and all that? And that's how I came across Kajabi. And in last video episode, who knows? We're chatting at one-on-one coaching call. Is this a video? Is this a podcast? I don't even know. I don't even know what day it is. Okay. In last week's episode, I talked about how key it is to build recurring revenue for your business and for the health and success and just long-term longevity of your business, that is so key. And my membership has been an absolute vital piece of being able to build recurring revenue. And so I love Kajabi for memberships for many reasons, but for three specific reasons. Number one is the customer experience. I was going to say the Kajabi experience. Yes, also that, the customer experience. So there's a lot that goes into the customer experience for sure. I mean, from people checking out to post checkout to, so much goes into customer experience. I could literally create an entire episode on why I love Kajabi for customer experience. But I would say the number one thing for me is Kajabi's mobile app, which makes it really easy for my students to not just access the membership, but just any of the offers that people purchase from me. It is literally like having me in your back pocket, right? Like you can pull it out and like you click on the app and then you can automatically pick up where you left off versus having to remember your login. There's nothing worse than having to remember your login. Let's just be honest, people. Nothing is worse. I have notes on my phone where I have all of my passwords saved because I don't ever remember my login, and every platform has to have a different login. I just don't. It is the worst thing ever. So not having to log in every single time, that alone elevates the customer experience, and the Kajabi app just makes it so simple. And even recently, though, they just launched a white label app option, which just means that you can create your very own app that is custom to your offers, custom to your brand, and it lives in the App Store. It could literally be like Maya Nicole app in the App Store, totally branded to me, which is really awesome. But even more than that, the navigation of the content inside of the membership, it's so smooth, it's so easy. It's really hard to get lost, truly, unless someone has like a bunch of your offers, and then they can't find things in your offers because they just have so many of your offers, which that's a whole other level of problems. That's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? But if we're just looking at one offer, it's really hard for people to not be able to find what they have paid for, which is great because obviously people want to be able to find what they paid for. So I love that, the customer experience aspect. The second thing that I love specifically for memberships are the advanced automation features and the ability to really customize the membership. Now, there's a lot of things that you can customize and change and automate, but what I love is the ability to have emails send after a student has watched a video. So I have it set up not on every single one of my trainings because sometimes it just doesn't make sense, but on the ones that are a little bit like more meaty, where we just dive like really deep into strategy, I will send them an automated email after they watch that kind of recaps and gives them like a brief overview of, hey, here are the main takeaways that you should have got from that video. And then I usually will also give them some homework too. So it's like, hey, you just learned about content pillars. Here's what you should have taken away from that video, or here's the most important key points of that video. Here's your homework. And sometimes I'll even throw in a ChatGPT prompt to be able to make their life easier. So I love the ability to do that. I love that you can also lock certain trainings until they watched a prior training to make sure that they're really going through the foundational trainings and not just like skipping around in the membership. So this is something that I implemented in October when I shut down IG University to really revamp the membership, bring in a whole bunch of new trainings. And this is something that I implemented in what I call my new curriculum inside of IG University, which is just the brand new trainings, the new methodology that I teach for content creation. And it's really awesome because inside of IG University, I teach a lot about a lot of different topics, right? So I teach about Instagram stories. I teach about broadcast channels. I teach about obviously posting on your feed and captions and hooks and all of that. And, ideal client avatar and niche. There's so much there. But what I really want people to take away are the foundational trainings where if you learn this thing and you implement this thing, this is what's going to give you the greatest ROI. And so what I have set up inside of my membership is they have to go through those foundational trainings. They have to watch them. They have to mark as completed before they're able to unlock other aspects of the membership. Think of it like they have to go through the foundational trainings in order to unlock the bonuses, because I don't want them to get distracted by the bonuses, right? They need to go through those foundational trainings. I don't care if you have been on Instagram for one day. I don't care if you've been on Instagram for 10 years. You need to go through those foundational trainings. So I love the ability to do that. And the training, like I say, locked, but you can unlock them at any time. Someone can go through and unlock all of them all within a few hours as they watch those trainings. So it's not locked, like they have to pay more to get access. It's literally just you need to go through these trainings and watch these trainings to unlock more trainings. But that being said, though, there is the capability and option to be able to drip out content. So after they have initially signed up, basically you could have it set up where, well, it depends on what their subscription is, but for mine, every 30 days is when their subscription renews unless they cancel. So you can have it set up where each time their subscription renews, they get access to new content. And that's called dripped out content. And that can help to reduce churn because people get excited, right? They're like, oh, next month, if I stay in the membership, then I'm going to get access to XYZ content. So in my membership, I have a combination of all of this where there is that dripped out content. There's also locked content, and all of it is very, very strategic to really help people make sure that they're not just bouncing around, that they have a purpose and a focus when they go into the membership, but also keeping them excited to stay in the membership as well, which is so vital for a membership. You need to figure out a way to keep people excited, because if you're constantly having to go out and get more and more people because you're losing so many people on a month-to-month basis, if you're losing 50 and you need to go out and get 50 more, you are just basically selling. I don't want to say you're selling a one-time offer because you're not selling a one-time offer, but you're having to keep up with that, right? And that's hard. You want to keep people in the membership for as long as possible and have it be this compound effect where the membership grows over time and you're not having to constantly be like, hey, come back to the membership, or hey, come to the membership, right? Because that's going to be exhausting. So reducing churn is so key for memberships. And then the third thing that I love for memberships is Kajabi communities. So for a really long time, I was using a Facebook group for my members. So if you joined IG University, you would get access to the Facebook group, and that's where the community was happening. And that's where I was also interacting and answering questions, but people could ask me questions. And it's just really hard, truthfully, to manage a subscription-based offer inside of Facebook because you have to manually track, okay, this person is coming in, they've accepted, so I have to go in and accept their request, but I have to also then check to make sure that they've actually paid for it. So then they're checking in the Kajabi dashboard, and they're coming back over here, and then you're accepting. But then also too, you're having to remove people based off of if they're unsubscribing, and it's just a lot of work. It's something that is very easy to hand off to virtual assistant. But still, if we can automate anything, please let's automate it. And so I love that with Kajabi communities, it's all done for me. If they join IG University, they automatically get added to my community. If they unsubscribe from IG University, they automatically get removed, and I don't have to worry about any of that. Also, I can go, so Kajabi communities is very similar to a Facebook group page. So I can go live in my community, which actually took away my need for Zoom. So I don't have Zoom anymore. I don't pay for Zoom anymore. And that's already making me more money because let's girl math here for a second. If I'm saving money with one less subscription, I'm actually making money. I don't know what Zoom, I think I was paying like $10, $15, $20 a month for Zoom. So what is that? $100 something that I already have made basically just by moving over to Kajabi. So we love that. Little girl math there for you. So that is it on memberships. Let's talk about another way that you can make more money in 2025 using Kajabi. So this one is upsells and order bumps. I'm just going to be brutally honest with you right here. If you are not using these two things in your business, I don't care what platform you're on, you are missing out on a huge opportunity for money. Huge opportunity for money. Like I should have pulled these numbers before I started this episode. I should have looked at 2024, but if I were to just have a really good guesstimate off the top of my head, how much money order bumps and upsells brought in alone in 2024, I would say probably anywhere between $75,000 to $100,000 extra. That's extra money that you're just leaving on the table. I actually have one of my students who makes an additional, I was just talking to her about this, she makes an additional like $2,000 every 2 weeks, so $4,000 a month just by implementing this alone. So if you take nothing else away from this episode, let it be this. What is the difference between an order bump and an upsell? And then also a downsell too. So an order bump is a special offer that is presented to customers directly on the checkout page. So if you purchase any of my offers, you've seen this, and it's basically on the checkout page, there's a little box that they can check if they want to add on that offer. It's typically a low-cost offer, something that's a complementary product or service to the main offer that they're purchasing. If you're purchasing IG University, something that you'll see is List Building 101, and that's because I recommend building your list while you're growing your Instagram account. And so that would be an example there. Another example is if you're purchasing Plug and Get Paid, my sales templates, you will see an order bump for story template bundle because it's just giving you additional templates for you to sell on Instagram stories. So it's that complimentary offer there. So it is a no-brainer. You have to have this implemented in your business because it is such an easy way to make money. If you don't, you're literally leaving money on the table. But the key is to make this a no-brainer add-on that adds value without really requiring people to have to think too heavily about it. So you want it to be like, oh yeah, no brainer. I'm going to add on list building 101 because I also need email list while I'm growing on Instagram. So you want it to be that no brainer topic. So again, the complimentary offer, but also the price point of it too. And then you have upsells. And an upsell is an offer that is presented. Oh, just hit my mic stand. Sorry. It's an offer that is offered to your customers immediately after they've completed their initial purchase. So if you're looking at the flow of things, it would be you have your checkout page and someone has hit checkout. So they've already entered all their information, their email, their credit card. They literally have hit the button to complete their purchase. And then there's another page that pops up. And that is where you can offer sometimes a higher value product, something maybe that's even a little bit higher cost, but generally you still want this to be complementary to whatever the main offer is that they are purchasing, because it's not going to make sense, right? If like I'm going in to purchase IG University, which is all about Instagram growth, and then there's an upsell for scaling my business to 50K months, it's not a complimentary offer, because most of the time when people are looking to grow on Instagram, like they're just starting their business. You know what I'm saying? Or a really not complimentary offer would be if I said, hi, here's IG University, and then there was an upsell for like how to make pizza. That's obviously very random and you're not going to do that. But that's just to give you an idea there. The way that I like to teach this inside of, I think it's scalability is where I teach this, is like your like you think about when you go to McDonald's and they're like, hey, you just ordered a burger, would you like fries with that, or would you like an extra large soda or whatever? That's an upsell. It's complimentary. It's not the same offer, but it would complement your burger, right? Like your soda would complement your burger, or your fries would complement your burger. Just an example there, but you're going to have an upsell there. So basically you're giving people a lot of opportunities to purchase your offers. And this is really great as well, because this means that you don't have to sell your offers. You don't have to sell so many of your offers and split your time between marketing all these different offers, because you're now getting more strategic about where you're selling these offers. So the really key difference between your order bump and your upsell, at least inside of Kajabi, because different platforms have different terminology and names for this with features. But the key difference is that the order bump, it appears on the checkout page before someone has ever finalized their purchase, but the upsell, it appears after someone has completed their purchase. Now, there's another feature here, and I'll just talk about this super briefly. If your customer doesn't want the upsell offer, so let's just say you offered them a soda to buy with their burger. If they're like, I don't want the extra large soda, you can offer them a downsell. So it's basically a lower price alternative. And that could be a lower price alternative of the same product or something that's different. So maybe you're like, okay, well, do you want a small soda instead? And they're like, oh yes, I want a small soda. In the sense of actual offers, like an example of this could be, let's just say that you were offering, 15 email templates, and that was your upsell. Well, if they're like, I don't want 15 email templates, maybe you give them the option to just get 5 email templates for a lower cost price. Or again, it doesn't have to be that type of correlation with offers. It could be you offer them with an upsell 15 emails, and then maybe with a downsell you offer them 5 ChatGPT prompts to make email marketing quicker or something like that. So that correlation there. Hopefully that makes sense. So you have your order bump, you have your upsell, and you have your downsell, all things that are going to make you so much more money in 2025. Come back to me at the end of 2025 and tell me that those things have not made you so much money. Okay, next thing that you're going to implement to make so much more money is bundling your offers. You can do this for a limited time. You can do this at all times and sell it at all times in your business, whatever it is. It's just encouraging your people to purchase more from you. And it's going to increase your average order value, meaning that you're making more money from basically the same amount of effort, right? And so instead of you just selling one ebook, maybe you have 5 ebooks, bundle them together, sell them. Again, and this could be, every once in a while, maybe you do a flash sale where they're all bundled together for a discounted price, or maybe it is something that you sell at all times too. Bundle those offers. So much money to be made there. Next, number 4 is affiliate program for your offer specifically. So this isn't affiliate marketing where you're going to go out and you're going to promote someone else's offer. This is getting people who are already inside your offer, your students, to promote your offer, okay? So much money to be made here if you do it correctly. I've seen a lot of affiliate programs not done correctly. And when I say not done correctly, it's not to say that there's anything necessarily wrong with the way that they're doing it, but they're just not putting very much time and energy into their affiliates. And versus the programs that do well, they've taken the time to set up graphics and email copy, and they check in with their affiliates and they host affiliate promotions and all that. Like, those are the programs where their affiliates bring in so much money. Someone who actually does this really, really well. I was talking to Lydia, who I went on the retreat with to Napa. She was one of the other top partners there. She's really awesome, but she's a really big affiliate for, oh man, I want to say Jenna Kutcher because I talk about her all the time. Amy Porterfield, that's who I'm talking about. So Amy Porterfield has a course that's, I don't remember actually even know what the actual name is, but it's called DCA. That's the abbreviation of it. Anyways, Lydia is a big affiliate for DCA, and she makes a lot of money being an affiliate for DCA. And she obviously is a DCA student and everything, but she said that Amy does a really, really good job with her affiliate program that basically incentivizes people to talk about your offers and promote it for you, which is amazing because that's going to expand your reach and it can lead to increased sales without you ever having to do any sort of free or paid advertising, right? These people are doing the heavy lifting for you. So set up an affiliate program for your business, and you can do this inside of Kajabi. You can set up an affiliate program for all of your offers. What I would suggest is start with just your main offer and get a really, really, really solid affiliate program for your main offer and really pour time and energy into your affiliates for that offer. And then if that ends up going well and you have the capacity, or maybe you can even hire someone on to do an affiliate program for your other offers, then add that on later. But I would just start with one because it can be a lot if you're like, okay, well, if I need to create graphics and email copy and Instagram stories and even direct message automation templates, that all these affiliates can use for these offers, if you're having to do that for every single offer, that's going to feel really overwhelming. So just start with one. And I'm not saying you have to create all those things if you're going to set up an affiliate program, but I'm just saying if you really want to get the most out of your affiliate program, set up those things and set up even just 2 times a year, like a promotional period where you let your affiliates know in advance, like, hey, I'm going to set up a sale that is just specifically for my affiliates for you to promote this offer. And, even set up bonuses too. What I was saying with the Napa retreat, I was able to go on that because an affiliate program and because they offered bonuses. If you were at the top, XYZ amount of affiliates, you could do that for your affiliate program too. And it obviously doesn't have to be a retreat to Napa. I wish I could do that for my affiliates. I'm not on that level yet. But it could even just be a $25 or $50 Amazon gift card or whatever, right? Start at the level that you're at. So affiliate programs for your offer. And then 5, and finally, the last one, last but not least, paid or free communities. And I kind of talked about this earlier with Kajabi's community feature, but I would say leverage that even more than just outside of a membership. If you want to, you don't have to have a bunch of different communities, but it can be a really, really great way to create space for whether that be your paying customers or people who want to potentially be a paying customer in the future, to interact, to share experiences, to support one another. And it gives you a really great place to promote your offers as well. So like if you have a sale going on, or if you have doors open, or if you have one spot left for a coaching call, like you can go into your community and say, hey, this is what's going on. And those are going to be the people that are most likely to purchase from you. And that can lead to loyalty and create word of mouth referrals through that community, which is going to increase your revenue. So much good can happen for your paid communities. And this is actually something too, where recently, I guess at the time of this episode going live, it's not going to be that recent, but the TikTok ban, where it shut down for all of 12 hours and the world basically acted like it was shutting down. But for all of 12 hours when TikTok was banned, there were a lot of people who were rethinking their entire business strategy. And so I created a few pieces of content. But one thing that I mentioned around, building your business, basically not relying so much on social media, is creating a free or paid community. And so whether or not TikTok is going to be banned for the rest of forever, it's probably not. But if you think about the worst case scenario, what happens to Instagram, what happens to you if Instagram disappears tomorrow, or what happens to you if TikTok or whatever social media platform you rely the most heavily on what happens if that disappears? You need to have a place where you can connect with your people. And yes, email lists are great as well, but also free and paid communities. It's very different to be in a community than to just be on an email list. Being in the community is where people are asking questions. It's where people who are your students, let's say you have a free community, people who are your students that are in that community are going to be selling your offers for you. And so there's just so much good that can happen there. And Kajabi makes it so easy to build out a community that is very organized, that is very professional, way better, in my opinion, than Facebook group pages. But come at me if you like group pages. But I hope that this was helpful. And whether or not you're using Kajabi, if you are using Kajabi, definitely go and implement these things as soon as possible. If you're not using Kajabi and you want to be, check out the link down in my show notes. And if you're not using Kajabi and you don't want to be, I still love you and I'm still grateful that you're here. And I hope that this episode was still helpful for you and that you can go out and implement some of these tips as well. Thanks for tuning in.